Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to make sure you catch us every single time we upload. You know Battle Royale? You know the woman that wrote Hunger Games, yeah? I'm sure somebody approached her and said, you know, this is like Battle Royale that was like years before. And she was like, I've never heard of that in my life. I've never
Lies.
I
know. Lies.
How can you say that? Like, the concept is like...
It's exactly the same, mate.
All that she's done is she stuck it in some fantasy land.
Like white actors are the Chinese.
Exactly. And that's all she's done. So the Japanese, isn't it? And then because Battle Royale is like now an anime, so it's a manga, and it's a cult classic. It's like
there's no way she's never.
I swear there's that Stone Cold Steve Austin film that's like Battle Royale anyway. That was a remake. That was a copy of that.
But I bet you
that's American.
So is Hunger Games.
That's what I'm saying. So she would have known about it from that.
Like, she would have seen that. Like, no chance that she don't know.
She does know.
She knew when they brought it to her, mate. She knew.
She knew, and that's the thing.
Lion King business.
Yeah. Thing. And the thing is, do you honestly think that none of us have seen Battle Royale? Like, people know that.
Or even heard of it. Come on.
Exactly. So it's whoever wrote that though. I always take my hat off to, you know, like the originals. When you hear a concept, you're like, God, how did you sit in your room and come up with that amazing idea? That like the first person.
Isn't it the same as the Matrix done with that black girl, innit?
Yes. She did Terminator and Matrix. She did
It's the same story, innit?
Yeah, give me that, mate.
They stole that. And then for years she's going through courts. Them Wachowskis.
Yeah.
Which one? The female ones? It wasn't.
When they were like brothers before they.
They're women now, isn't it?
Yeah. But when they were brothers, like I think that's when they did the Matrix, and then she'd also done. I think it came from the same book, like the Matrix and Terminator. Mate.
I think John Connor is Neo, innit? John Connor's meant to be Neo.
Is it? I saw
so.
the extract.
That's how it is.
You know, like the extract from her book. It's like talking about a android landing naked as he basically the scene for scene of like Arnold as he gets up, you know, and starts walking.
Get money. Did she win the team?
I don't know if she won yet. She was still fighting last time I checked.
I saw that years ago, but I thought it was like thrown out of court.
She couldn't prove it. She couldn't prove that it was her idea.
Mate, that'll make you sick inside. And
imagine
run off with the money, you know, and just chilling like.
And the thing is, it's the payment for them is minor. You know what I'm saying? Something that would change her life. Now it's minor for them.
No, but you know what it is?
Yeah, but to be honest,
they can't acknowledge
they didn't know that there was gonna.
No, I don't know. Make that much.
No, do you know what it is though? As well, think about it. Your career is built on creating an iconic film that set a generation. You're not handing that over now. The Matrix and Terminator are two films.
If you don't hand it over, it will never be that iconic thing.
No, but what I'm saying is that say CD, you wrote that you nicked the Matrix off of like Joshua, yeah, and it blew up, and then it set pop culture forever, and people talk about the Matrix and being in the Matrix and all of them things, and you're getting accolades. You can't turn around now and be like, you know what, I kind of lifted that, you know. You can't. You got as Joel says, you got to follow through that shot. You're done now. You're in it.
It's like them people coming for J.K. Rowling. Man, people came for her like, oh, yeah, you stole my book. You stole my book.
I don't know, man. It was a black person.
I want to see it because I think that, I don't know, because she's based on a proper British. You know, J.K. Rowling's books are basically like Enid Blyton's, like Mallory Towers and those kind of St. Clair's or whatever it was called, like those boarding school books with a magic twist. That's, you know, that's why they're so good. It's got that concept of British boarding schools with a bit of like, you know, espionage in there. And their twists are good, man.
That Harry Potter?
Yeah. But you know what I mean? She's got them little twists at the end. They're good for like, remember, we're like big hardback people now. When I was a younger age, I would have eaten them books up. If I was 12, 13 and Harry Potter came out, mate, you know, got me.
That was the thing. When Harry Potter came out, it wasn't only children that were watching it.
I know, but Joel, I bought all of them. But what I'm trying to say is, imagine being 12 and getting Harry Potter.
Yeah, you'd be in your element. Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas our age,
to finish the book, like
you'd be wanting to go to bloody Hogwarts, man, like getting vexed that you can't go.
For sure.
You're like, why can't I go?
Speak for yourself.
No, man, I would have.
Going through King's Cross and seeing that in the wall and all of that stuff.
I'm running into the wall and smashing up my forehead. Listen, me, you know how geeky I was. I would have been living the dream. I want to go to Hogwarts and get out. I hate being a muggle.
Yeah, the closest you get drifted under
But
the
to be
stairs,
honest, it is bad mind that they don't give them no money. But
yeah, I agree.
but you know, if they didn't give it to no one, it wouldn't be anything. So I guess it's like
No, but what they should have done, all they had to do was just get her involved in it, like they do with.
Why are they gonna do that?
Because
there's more money I gotta pay out. Why am I gonna do that?
that's what I'm saying. That's bad mind. Like you
And
said,
to be honest, no. But to be honest, how many scripts do they get? Not every script's gonna be.
But that's
Like
not
when
the point.
she wrote that, she didn't know it was ever gonna be what she wrote.
No. She didn't even know that they took it. It's not like so. Like, I'll give you an example. You're talking about J.K. Rowling, yeah.
About?
Listen, J.K. Rowling, when it came to filming the first Harry Potter film, yeah, Steven Spielberg was going to get involved, and then he pulled out, and someone else got involved, and they wanted to really Americanize it, and she was like, "Look, trust me, it will work as it is," and she put her foot down. Because she had sense enough to like have more rights in the production of it, and it became a success. So she got rich, they got rich, everyone got rich. There's a musical of it. So with this one, they took her commission, this woman's like, you know, manuscript, and loads of the publishers probably saw the same thing, but they did it.
Allegedly,
That's what I'm saying. It's allegedly. It doesn't mean it's true. And she went to court. And
has it ever been proven?
It's never been proven that she did that.
Let me have
anyone could write, anyone could get a paper and write in 1984, I did this. Doesn't mean it's true. No, but it's true. I could go and say, oh, in 19 something, when I was in school, I wrote this and did this. Doesn't mean it's true.
True.
I'm not saying that she didn't do it. I'm not saying she didn't, but I'm a bit dubious when they come out and say, "Oh, I wrote this," like, and it was in your one bedroom flat, like eating pizza, like, in your bed, like, it's just like.
Well, her name is Sophia Stewart.
Yeah, I've seen her.
Yeah, she's a screenwriter. But yeah, oh well. And the book was called The Third Eye.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Because one of the things that they denied was that they said that because she said that she put an ad out, didn't she? Sorry,
no,
she
sent it to them. She sent it to them.
Said they put an ad out in a magazine in 1986, and she sent it to them.
Yeah.
But one of them was 18, and one of them was 21 at the time.
Yes,
so a little bit.
To them, and then she didn't hear nothing back until the movie came
21, and one was in college. I'm like, that's a little bit. They weren't like it couldn't have been some big.
I just don't know. 1984, black woman.
They were young. They were young kids at the time.
Maybe.
Might be young film writers.
I don't know. Listen, if she did write it and she didn't get, she was ripped off, then that's a way out of order. But I don't know. It's a bit of a. I don't know. I'm not
going to. She's got copyrights dating back to 81. So, wait.
Sorry.
She's got copyrights on it dating back to 81.
Copyright on what?
Of the manuscript.
Oh.
See?
That
must have been fake. That would have held up in court, bro. It's in court, mate. It went court. But if she had manuscript and that, then that's an 83 and she got all. Remember, you might write something, yeah, but until, like, for example, your rap name, you're meant to send it back to you so no one. If you don't do that, then it's not really yours. Yeah, you might write it, but what I'm saying is, just because you wrote something on paper, yeah, they should give you a little bit of money, but they would never have been. You can't sit here and write something and be vexed because it made billions of dollars, but it wouldn't have done if it was just in your yard.
Okay, well, I'm just saying here that the FBI did an investigation and it established that she was the writer of the Matrix and also the Terminator. This was before the court case.
The FBI established that.
They established it. Yeah. But she went into court and she's going against the Wachowski brothers, a legacy, a whole studio.
No, Rachel, no, that doesn't. No. It don't matter who you're going against. If you got evidence, they can't fuck up evidence, mate.
Okay, CD. Because I don't think so. There's many a time that's not the case, and we see it every day.
But we're not talking. Listen.
This is money.
They would have said to her at some point, "Oh, all right, we teethed it. We'll set out a court."
Why?
Because that's what they do. They don't want bad thing. They teeth this shit.
They just silenced her. She's fringe. She's a fringe woman who hasn't written anything
It's
else.
not fringe and FBI's involved. Not fringe and FBI's involved. It's
Right,
not
FBI's
fringe.
got so many different departments. They can get
No,
involved.
but you just said that FBI was involved. So
Yeah.
we've got to believe that. Right. So what I'm saying is, no one wants to go to court. They don't want to go to court. So they would have offered her something.
Hang on a sec. They're saying she won. It might be
she
fake.
didn't win. She didn't win.
You don't say her
She
name.
won. She won the right to have it heard.
But she didn't win the lawsuit.
No. I'm reading it now. Like
Heard,
the only thing, like obviously, the only thing that, cause obviously she wrote the book in 1983 and copyrighted it in 1984. Apparently, yeah, that's what she. Yeah? But she said she put it up for science fiction competition by the brothers in 86. Yeah.
Yeah.
Their pushback was that one of them was 18 in 1986 and one of them was 21 and in college.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say that it couldn't still happen if they were 18 and 21, but it's a little bit like, why would they have the clout at 18 and 21 to be running things like, oh yeah, like come and write a screenplay for us, like I'm in college and another one is in school still. It's a bit, that's the only thing. Yeah, that was the first thing that I saw that made me be like, that's a little bit weird. But I'm not saying that. I remember this whole story from when it was like, when it became like big news and viral, when it went viral. But and yeah, if she is the rightful writer and creator of the Matrix, then that's absolutely out of order. She should get hers. Like she should get hers. But I'm a little bit hesitant to be like, she did this and their teeth, because it's too easy. It's too easy.
So what do you think is the more likely thing that could have happened?
I think she probably
she wrote an idea and then they ran with the idea. That's what I reckon might have happened.
Or she wrote a similar story. Loads of times you have stories. Me and Rory one time did a come up with an idea for a sketch, for a sketch show, which was supposed to be like a YouTube video, which was like a guy who was like a rapper, but it was like comedy. It was like taking the piss out of himself, like he's a shit rapper, but he thinks he's amazing and all of that. And it basically
just do nothing.
It was like, we didn't end up. We came up with the whole idea. We did like little pilot versions of it. Yeah, we didn't end up we never ended up recording anything and putting it out. Yeah, and then like a couple years later, you had RS, you had People Do Nothing, and you had Big Shaq. Yeah. And I remember saying to Rory, look, we had that idea, and you had the idea, and you could have run with it, but like someone else has taken the idea. I think sometimes, I know obviously that's a more kind of simplistic idea than something like the Matrix, which is quite a complex idea, but it's not really, because there's a lot of like biblical references in there. There's a lot of things that are borrowed from other stories anyway. To say like she could have written a similar story and then like they did a film which was like a similar idea. I'm not saying that's the most. I don't know what the most likely thing is. We don't know. We weren't there. Yeah. I just hope that whatever is the truth comes out, and then it's cleared up, and then it's
I don't think they're ever going to give her any money because you wrote the story, but in the end, it's our money that has to make it what it is. Remember, it's only a story. So it's their money. It's their thing. Yeah, give her some money, maybe a little bit of money, but to be sitting there and whinging saying, oh, I made things, I'm entitled to this. I don't know about that.
Ultimately as well, like you've got, let me think about, we were talking about like Kimber the White Lion the other day. They never got, I don't think they ever got, there was never any kind of like consequences from that. Were they paid? Like, do you know what I mean? There was never, and that's blatant. That's obvious. Do you know what I mean? That's like obvious. And there's history of this stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Like we just said, Battle Royale.
Yeah, you've been talking about it. Like all of these kind of things that like Americans kind of come and take, and then nothing really happens because it's Hollywood and Hollywood's powerful. Do you know what I mean? And it's like it only all crumbles down if there was like, I don't know, like what's it called, like Harvey Weinstein type stuff going on, or like something like that, like years later. But even then, like, you know what I mean? So
yeah, but this is normal though. But didn't, what's his name? What's the black guy that was in Big Brother?
Oh, they nicked his Only Way is Essex, Brian.
They nicked his Only Way is Essex. Yeah, all the time. People
what's that? Start again?
Brian from Big Brother.
Right.
The black guy with the blue-eyed contacts.
Well, he wet himself, idiot. Star Media, you're in there with Gal and you're wetting yourself. Like, what?
Go on.
They always have some idiot black man on the program. Anyway, that's another story. So he made Towie, and he had the whole,
he came up with the idea for it.
Yeah, he gave it to them.
Pilot.
In a pilot. In a pilot.
Yeah, all the people ready for the pilot, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah, he did, and he gave it to them, and then they just ripped him off, bro. Just took it.
Like, literally mushed him in the face, and then just took it.
Literally said, "Give me that, bro. Give me that." But I think they gave him some money though, didn't they?
Yeah, but they underestimated him. They thought he was the Brian.
Yeah, he got
the
some
persona
money
that was on the telly when that was just a persona. They thought that was the real Brian running around with blue contacts and wetting himself, but not realizing that this is
the real one. He did running around with contacts and wet himself.
No,
he really done it. That weren't no fake pants.
Stage Brian. That's stage Brian.
No, man, that's not. You wet yourself on TV, man.
No, but the persona CD, like they thought he was like, what? Because remember he was.
That's not a persona when you're doing it.
It's called acting.
Look at that.
Do you know how many actors
It is that.
Stage?
It is that.
It's acting.
Bruv, he wet himself on television, bruv. I don't care. He wet himself when he was in the team with the gal. That's not kind of what you're meant to be doing, bruv.
Do you remember that Cozy girl? What was her name? Cozy.
Yeah, no, it wasn't Makosi. It was.
No, but do you remember her? The one who had the one who got excited in the hot tub.
Yeah. Remember Charlie? Richardson's cousin, the footballer, Kieran Richardson.
Oh yeah.
It was his cousin. It was his cousin. That he
his cousin was in it, weren't she? What was her name
that was
again?
the one he wet himself with.
Like or something like some Chardonnay or champagne or
Charlie,
something.
not Chardonnay.
Thinking of footballers' wives, Joelle. Champagne or Chardonnay, you know.
Like any You ain't champagne. You're a stripper, innit? You're a stripper. Only strippers have them type of drink names.
Only strippers I could name after Liquor.
Champagne and Chardonnay, you know.
Champagne and Chardonnay for real. Like, I'm gonna go see Chardonnay tonight. Like, get a mouthful. Like.
That was.
Her name was Charlie. Charlie, that's it.
Yeah, Charlie. But yeah, anyway, they ripped him off, innit?
Yeah, but this is it. So it does happen, but yeah, all power to her, hopefully. But like we
she got a little bit of money.
Yeah, we watch all of these things. Have you noticed that's a reoccurring theme? Like we've watched so much like TV and films between us that you just start to see the similarities. Like you're just like, oh, that's that. As I keep saying, the writer's room. So when there is an original concept, like the guys that sat and wrote Battle Royale, who knows, probably come from some 100-year-old story. But whoever, the first people to write stuff, you got to take your hats off to them because there's nothing new in this world anymore.
Yeah, I think the human race has a limited imagination. Like you can only think of, like even if you're across the world and we haven't met, we would probably have the same idea if we thought of like you know what I'm saying? People will have the same ideas. I just think it's just the route that you go down, innit? And you're gonna meet the same idea as someone else.
What about the
It's inevitable.
Yeah, but the executions, I think I will, if a film is similar to something else, but the execution is different or innovative, I'll be like, wow, okay, hats off, I'll watch this. But when it's
you like Saw?
Yeah, that's why I love Saw because I love the twist.
You have to do. It's comparing like film like Bird Box film.
Over there.
It's like that Bird Box. Listen, it's like that Bird Box film and the other one. There's the Bird Box one, where you can't see, and then there's the one where you can't hear.
Quiet Place. Where you can't talk with
Quiet Place. Quiet Place.
Yeah, Quiet Place.
Quiet Place and
Bird Box. Them two are
both the same. They're similar.
I haven't seen Quiet Place. What?
So that's the better one.
Is it got that guy from the Office, the American Office?
There's a second one coming out, isn't it?
Yeah, the second one. Wasn't it out a long time ago? It doesn't come a time ago.
It was one time this year.
I'm sure it's out already.
I don't think it made it.
You know that they said, on another subject, they're saying that all 12 movies next year, they're going straight to stream, mate. But what they said is going to go for a week.
They said that I saw that something. They said that movies are going to go. It was one movie. I can't remember what big movie it was, but they said it's going to go to cinema and go straight to streaming as well.
Yeah, they did both. It's going to be. It's going to be right. What they said is going to be cinema and streaming, and then for the first month it's going to be streaming, and then after that month it's gonna get locked off, but you gotta pay $14.99. It ain't free. It's still gonna be
Oh
there.
no!
What are you paying?
You pay $14.99 for like, the channel for the month, and in a month it will show you their movies.
Need to get
Yeah,
their
so you
money
pay a one-off
upfront.
like Netflix. You pay a one-off a month, and then in that month, whatever movie might be coming in the cinema, they'll stream it for you, and then but it will still be in the cinema. But the cinema people are like, nah, man, you're fucking with my livelihood, bro.
So I'm saying, why would you put it in the cinema as well? What is the point? Like, man, are gonna be like, oh, let me watch it at home or go to cinema.
No, but some people like the cinema experience.
Some people will still go cinema,
And
like
but now, like, you haven't been cinema for how long? Like, people ain't been cinema
true.
for
Josh is right, bro. Josh is
out
right.
of that cinema flex kind of thing.
No, I like that cinema feeling.
No, but I think when we get back to, I reckon what will happen is first couple of months we'll have a boom because everybody's like wants to get out, want to get out.
They're gagging for it.
Yeah, we'll just do anything. Fucking watch Tom and Jerry in fucking Space Invaders or something, just to get out the yard, bruv, and meet people and sit down to people that we didn't even want to sit down
like
before.
them dodgy hot dogs. Yeah, it's
before you go to the cinema and people chatting like, now you're shut up, but now you're we're chatting like, keep on chatting. I missed it, like I missed it.
I agree with CD. I think that's what's gonna happen. Everybody's gonna be gagging for it, and they're gonna go because it is about the events. But that's what they said. Going forward, in order to survive in this digital age, if you're going to do analog stuff, you have to make it an experience. Just like shops, just like cinema, it's going to have to be something like 3D, the chairs smell like flipping car chases or whatever. They need to make it an experience.
They're already saying that even before the COVID, the ticket numbers were going down because, remember, before, we just had to go and watch the movie. Now we got all of Joel's put locker shits there. Man, I'm already telling man it's shit. So man don't have to go cinema, bro. I just go watch it on a put locker and halfway through I knock it off.
It's true. That's like music though. Remember, you used to buy the album, read the album notes, down to the producers. I would know, like down to the bloody sound engineer. Like you want to know.
All that, man. I don't like all that, man. I like digital age. Don't get me wrong. I know we have to move on. I understand that.
But I miss it. I miss that.
Bruv, that's what's gonna kill the cinema though. If they release these films on stream, that is going straight to online. That's everyone who might have got it, and wouldn't have bought it on subscription. They've got that now. People ain't going to cinema.
That's what the cinema man came out and said, "You're gonna kill us. You're killing us, bruv.
Dangerous.
You're killing us already." But I think that I think the film industry is gonna be fucked because I don't see how you can just keep on doing streaming, bro. Because when you watch it on streaming, certain movies are not made for television.
100%.
Not made for television, bro. They don't get the same effect when you watch it on television.
Listen, you need that sound. And also, let truth be told, cinema helps a lot of films that are a bit subpar. Like when you see it in the cinema, it bumps it up a little bit because when you watch it again on telly, you're like, this is actually quite shit,
But don't you think nowadays with all this 4K and sound system, people are getting more like it's not like back in the day when you're watching a film at home. Now
it's not the same, George.
No, it's not. It's not the same,
George.
It depends on your money. It depends on your money because man could afford a cinema screen in the yard. Like you know what I'm saying.
But that's not us, bro. You got to chat about it.
I just said it depends on your money. I said it depends on your money.
No, Josh, you're gonna have to have like Bezos money because even if you got them guys, them footballers, there. Oh, here's my home cinema. It's just a massive TV from Curry's. It ain't like, you know what I mean?
So true.
Yeah,
it's so true.
The feeling like you go in the amphitheater, the smell, the curtains, the velvet seats, the waiting to go in, the smell of the
way films are shot, they're shot for the cinema.
Yeah.
They ain't shot for your Samsung television in your yard.
No matter how big it is, it could be 79
That's true,
inches.
but that still don't make people go cinema. Like
that's not enough for me. Like, I don't care.
No, but what I'm saying is,
if you're a cinema head that likes that stuff, then I guess.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I get what you're saying, but I just think because we have streaming, that is what's killed. That's it because that's what's killed it. You don't have streaming. You have like for football, for example. You can have streaming, but people are still going to go and watch for the atmosphere of the cinema.
Yeah. See, what you just said, that's the exact point. Like, there will always be the people who go to the cinema, who like going to the cinema, they will always still go to the cinema. Yeah. But the people who aren't, the casual cinema people, Like me, for instance, yeah, I'm not someone that just like goes cinema every week. Yeah, it has to be like a massive film for me to go to the cinema.
Sorry to cut you, but is that no? But I remember you saying,
or it has to be about like who I'm going with. Yeah,
but is it about the money though? Is it about the money though?
What money?
No,
I think that, no, I think a lot of people when it comes to cinema, hold on, when it comes to cinema, that is their pet peeve. It's about how much you got to spend.
Yeah, no, listen. I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest, yeah. In terms of cinema, it got to a point where when all the 3D stuff started coming out, that the prices were stupid.
I've heard.
If I can watch it at home, yeah, I don't care. But 3D movies ain't that good anyway, so I don't care.
I'm never gonna top Jaws 3D.
Like all the 3D movies, like they're not great. Like unless like it's a movie that was a movie.
Your eyes, blood. They just hurt your eyes. They just hurt my eyes, fam.
You hurt your head.
Yeah, but you see, back in the day,
Avatar was good in 3D. Yeah, I remember watching that. That was good in 3D.
See, back in the day when you used to go, if you were still old enough to go to Turnpike Lane, for example, it was so cheap that people were still going. But I think it's all about it's too expensive.
Yeah,
people are saying to me, that's the reason why streaming has been so lucrative because cinema is too expensive, bro. And I will say that, and I go to cinema. Remember, I pay £17 and like the card. A lot of people ain't like that, ain't gonna spend the £17. But I always say to people, if you like cinema, spend the £17 a month, and you could go and get everything. But there's people who don't want to do that. So if you want to go watch this film today, £10.
I would say though, in my area, it's £5. Yeah, it's £5 to go cinema. So the price is nothing. Like £5.
No, but that's down your side, though,
£5. Yeah, true.
In like London, when you go to Cineworld, it ain't £5. It could be £5 at a certain time.
I think it is. Yeah, it is.
At certain time. Like before when I used to go to cinema, it used to be £3. I've still got like cinema tickets from like 97 or whatever. Cineworld used to be £3 before 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
In the daytime, it used to be £3. Yeah. After it used to be £5. So the other day I looked at my ticket, I was like, whoa, that's a massive jump. From £3 to £10 now, and then you got to buy popcorn and all them things. So say that my friend's got 5 children, that's a rip-off. So they would rather get the £1 popcorn for the pound shop and then stream it.
Yeah. Listen, if I'm going cinema, it's usually about either like who I'm going with. Maybe it's like someone's birthday and we're all going out, or I'm going out with someone, like whatever. Like I like watching movies, but I don't care for cinema that much. Do you know what I mean? And
you won't watch a big release, Joelle.
Let me finish. Once it became too expensive, once it became like quite expensive, like where I thought it wasn't worth spending that much if I can watch it at home. Once streaming became a thing, and then the cinema prices went through the roof, I was like, why am I spending like £16 or whatever, like to go and see a movie like in the evening? Like, are you crazy? Like when I can just watch the movie at home online, like and. The fact that it's not on a cinema screen and all of that, like I'll take that L. I'll hold that because I didn't feel like it was worth it to spend that much money to go and see a film that I might not like when I can watch it at home and like it. And if it was really good that I liked it that much, then I'll go cinema anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like I'll go back to the cinema and watch it with someone.
That's because you're not, but that's what I'm saying. That's because you're not like you said, you're not a cinema man. Because you probably would spend money on something else that someone else would be like, oh, that's a waste of money. So it's about what your things are in it. That's what I'm saying to people. It's about all of that. I think, sorry to cut you, I just think it's easier because we got streaming. If we didn't have the streaming, it wouldn't be that. It could be so easy to just go on Google and get a streaming and I can't do that, bro. I just can't.
But this is the thing, you got to realize as well, now we're in a generation of, remember, I'm from a generation where cinema was still a thing, We're in a generation now where, well, especially now, this year, kids growing up this year especially, are going to be from a generation where cinema hasn't really existed this year at all. Like, and those children and those teenagers and whoever, they would have been watching Netflix in their yard all this year. So they might not even care for cinema or
I disagree. When I go cinema, when I go cinema, to be honest, when I go cinema,
I'm saying the effect.
They are the ones. It's mostly the youths are in there now.
Of course, but I'm saying the effect of this year. I'm saying the effect of
them
this
youths are gonna them youths can't wait to get out and doing madness.
True.
They can't.
But you know what? Kids are always gonna go cinema. There's always
kids are always out anyway, so they will go out with their friends and be out. Like, do you know what I mean? So but still, I do still think that streaming is like the main thing. I don't think cinema will die. TV will die before cinema.
Yeah,
I feel like this year helped kill cinema. It's helping kill cinema this year alone. This Corona is helping kill cinema.
It is, of course.
Wait,
I don't think it will though. I don't think that cinema will ever be dead.
I don't know if it will. But it's helping. This is because the age you live, like you said, these youngsters, cinema is gonna be like a thing where, like, I don't know, like, you know what I'm saying? They're not gonna need it. Like,
they will, Josh. You know what they will? No, you know what they will? Because they still will want a place to congregate, to meet up. And that is their place to meet up. Even if they like the City Road in Enfield, you know, a bar and that or whatever they got in there. Sometimes you go in there, you see a bunch of kids just sitting in there, waiting for their cinema and whatever. I don't know. I don't think that if cinema gets killed, this is what people are thinking. If cinema gets killed, that's done for all them big blockbuster movies. Yeah. Done.
I don't think it will be killed.
Yeah, I think if that happens, Amazon and them that would have to.
No, they won't be able to, bro.
There'll be less of them. That's all. It won't. You can't kill it.
Can I just say what I was going to say is I think all of us, there are films that we will go to the cinema for. Okay, Steve will go more frequently, but Josh will go to some. Like I said, I'll go to see Saw. I know you laughed at me, but everybody, it's an event, and I think people are gagging, like CD said. We're just like literally, we're dogs in the trap, like in a race course. We just can't wait for the gates to open, and we're going to be doing festivals, going out, cinema, and also the celebrity part of it. If the cinema dies, that whole industry of celebrities, of actor celebrities, is going to be gone. Done. That's what I'm
saying.
No, because you're turning
it's part of the ecosystem of entertainment. You need celebrities to push.
Like even yesterday.
Yeah, but there'll still be celebrities. Like,
no, but they will be dead TV celebrities. Who cares about them?
No, but yesterday, that's what I'm saying. The mobiles. The mobiles. It was so dead.
Yeah.
Like this whole streaming and no audience and all that shit, all that is dead, bro. No,
but all of those award ceremonies have been like that. Even you seen the other ones, they were all like that.
We know that, Joelle. We know that. But what I'm saying is it can't be forever. It can't go on forever.
What I'm saying is
it won't be forever.
If cinema went, then the people that are filmed start, like, say, just imagine, hypothetically, if cinema went, they would have to move on to the next platform. That they'd have no choice.
Yeah, but they would.
They're not going to let that happen.
They would still be the same. They probably won't let it happen. I'm just saying hypothetically.
Cinema can't die. It can't dead. Hard for dead. What will most likely happen? What will most likely happen is a lot of cinema chains will die. And there'll be like one or two main ones that will.
Yeah, independents will go.
Like how it used to be. It
would just be more concentrated. It will be less cinema.
And the films would be a lot better. It will be the big films, and then everything else will go onto Netflix. But then your Star Warses, your Bonds, your Marvels, your big, like, you know, James Cameron kind of films, they will still be on the cinema. And the other stuff will, for money wise, it's cheaper to stream. So they'll stick it on the stream.
How many cinemas do you not have near you?
There's one around here. I don't even know where it is.
I've got 2 cinemas. Yeah. So if those 2 cinemas done, this one's like it's a bit peak. Like obviously the movie industry is big, but the cinemas, they're not as big as the movie industry, are they?
But then they work hand in hand. I think some of the studios actually have a hand in some of the cinemas, like shares or links. Which would make sense.
Definitely.
I think Netflix should open a cinema chain.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I think. Netflix and Amazon they've got so much money that if these things fell down, they would be happy to just step in and do whatever they need to do.
They could do any better than City World.
No, I'm not saying they would do better. I'm just saying they would step in. They've got the money.
I reckon I reckon that if City World and View was to close, no one else would open a cinema.
But I know that, but I think if Netflix opened up some cinemas, they could screen some of their Netflix stuff on big screens, and people will go and watch some of those films. So
And
you
they
don't
could
No,
make
no,
big
they
budget
wouldn't. No,
films,
you're
big
still
budget
paying the same
films.
money. It's
no,
all
let
about the
them
money.
discount it. You never know.
No, they want discount. The discount. Man,
So the
discounting nothing, bro.